to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you to see firsthand how dangerous a rogue synth can be.
Gabriel and his gang were sick bastards, hanging their victims up like trophies.
While we can do nothing for Gabriel's victims, we can at least take... But enough about that. The task is done. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. While you were away, I had quarters. You'll find all the basic necessities. Go and have a look. I think you'll be quite pleased.
Sir, we've had another situation. A code red.
What? This is the third time in 2 weeks. This is unacceptable. How could this happen?
We think there was a system glitch. We're looking into it.
Damn it, you're all useless. Wow.
Doctor?
Right away, sir.
You know what happens when people get robots to do all their work? They get fat and lazy, that's what. Real people doing real thinking and real work. That's the future I want.
If that's how you feel, why not leave?
Because we could do so much more. It's wasted potential. In any case, I suppose perhaps a fresh perspective will do so.
If you encounter a hazardous chemical spill, please alert the Facilities Division immediately.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Your new quarters are here, ma'am. Your new quarters are here, ma'am. When you're finished here, ma'am, Father wants to see you.
I know you'll achieve great things here. We all do.
It was an honor to fight at your side.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Hello, Mother. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
That's a loaded question. What's been stolen from you?
Institute property is not often taken from us. We cannot react lightly when it happens. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. They no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result of their selfish, short-sighted plan. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can hide them.
Sounds pretty simple.
Hopefully, yes. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the Sith.
There better be something in this for me.
I assure you, this operation, there will be a courser waiting for you near Bunker Hill.
Attention! Halbert Pilot to Station Epsilon. Halbert Pilot, report to Station Epsilon. That is all.
I expected Dr. Lee would return to the Brotherhood. But you're not here to discuss history, are you? Are there documents you wanted to turn in? Or were you here to help with a research patrol?
I found some technical documents for you.
Splendid. I'll put them to use right away. Here are the caps that I promised. Remember, the Commonwealth is an almost... Check every building you...
So you're the new knight I heard about? I have something urgent to report, Elder. The Institute is attempting to recover escaped synths at Bunker Hill.
How did you obtain this information? Our reconnaissance hasn't reported anything of the sort.
I have it on good authority. You'll just have to trust me.
Protecting your source, is it? Very well. Since you've given me no reason to doubt you, your report provides us with a golden opportunity to state our intent. I'm placing you in command of this mission. Exterminate the synths at Bunker Hill. And whomever the Institute sends to... I'll instruct Kells to assign you the appropriate backup. Dismiss, soldier.
I just heard the most fascinating rumor. The story goes that you actually found the Institute. Been there and back again. Sounds crazy, right?
Where'd you hear that?
Deacon brought it to my attention. And, as usual, he won't give up his source.
That sounds crazy, all right.
That's not a denial. Deacon has proof you used teleportation. We know you got inside with the help of the Brotherhood of Steel. My hope is you've infiltrated them for us, or at the very least, your true loyalty. So let's put it to the test. We have a vital mission that only you can...
Why should I help you instead?
Now that the Brotherhood knows where the Institute is, in time, they will mount an offensive. And once they do, they'll slaughter everyone in the Institute. Men, women, children, and every synth they can find. I respect you far too much to believe you'd participate in such a bloodbath.
I don't know.
You can't seriously be considering working with the Brotherhood. They view synths as an abomination. They'd kill them all. Please, think about it and reconsider.
Desdemona.
The Brotherhood would murder every synth if they could. Please, work with us instead.
I'll stand by the Brotherhood of Steel.
You do know their plans for synth. Please.
Desdemona.
The Brotherhood would murder every synth if they could. Please, work with us instead.
I'll do the mission then.
You have no idea how relieved. What I'm about to tell you is the most closely guarded secret. There's a man, or woman, we're not sure, inside the Institute. Dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't know his name. We've never had a way to contact him. So you need to infiltrate the Institute.
I'll do my best.
Excellent. Tom devised a way to send a message to Patriot. We can plant a coded message on an Institute terminal. Just see Tom, and you can proceed from there.
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind?
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. Maintaining your cover is vital. But the sacrifice...
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can...
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next.
Right.
We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. Know when they...
With me working the inside angle?
We can't attack too early. We need to draw them into the kill zone, and then you'll probably have a Courser escort. You'll have to take them down. You've done it before, but...
Like you said?
It's a risk, but it's one we have.
Oh, man, you were actually there? Inside the belly of the beast? No time for that, though. Let's set you up to contact Patriot. I got here one genuine Tinker Time special. Just load her up onto a holotape.
Operating at full capacity.
I hear something! Someone there! Let's play, little human! I got some. Your time! Hit.
carry you out of here.
Yes. Nice.
looking for another safe haven. There's shelter and supplies at the police station in Cambridge. You haven't lived until you tipped a Brahmin with a vertebrae. Now that's a challenge.
Proctor Ingram.
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offense...
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
I wish I could. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs. The same type of bombs that were dropped from aircraft during the Great War. The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's air force, so we assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding them. But since we arrived, our scouting teams haven't located a single bomb.
That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack, Prime won't have the firepower to take on the Institute.
Can I build the nukes?
I could build you 1,000 nuke casings, right now. But the Mark 28s have a specialized nuclear payload that requires the correct balance.
Sure.
In other words, I'd love to mix you a cocktail. But before you give up hope, Proctor Quinlan has located some records regarding a military installation. We're fairly certain this the catch is that the installation is located...
I'll head out there immediately.
Good, because that's exactly what... Scribe Halen's established a communications point on the... I suggest you head out there first, and establish a signal protocol with it. Hopefully, by the time you've returned, we'll be ready to wake Prime up, and good luck, Knight.
Rearming Prime with nukes should get him back to full fighting potential.
Hey.
That doesn't look half bad.
We're done. We'll take care of you. Kill for a drink. Think of it, I have.
We'll stop the Institute. For Maxon and for the Brotherhood.
It's good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into the Cambridge police station.
Thanks, Halen. I assume the place is still in...
We're doing the best that we can. We've had the occasional synth attack, but so far we've been able, thanks to the reinforcements and the air support.
That's not surprising, after all.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I know you don't have time for small talk, so I'll get right to it. I've had the men set up the equipment we'll need to pinpoint you once you found. We've rigged up this distress pulsar to emit a unique tone that, when you find the bombs, plant the pulsar. After that, you should probably head back to Proctor Ingram.
Doesn't sound too difficult.
Ah, no. Not at all. You're only heading back. Look, I know you've been through the glowing sea before, but
right?
If you don't, the radiation will cook you from the... Good luck, Knight.
Ain't that ominous?
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on Atom's hallowed ground.
Just tell me where you keep the nukes.
Your words betray your intentions. You do not see them for the holy relics they are, the gifts from Atom that must be protected. The children of Atom have sworn to guard this place until the time of the Great Divide. None shall enter.
Well, I see. Talking to you is pointless.
All your petty deeds will become pointless when Atom returns. When the Great Divide, you will leave this.
Atom's wrath? Do I even want to know what that is?
He is the great equalizer, the defender of... Now, leave this...
Please, I really want to serve...
Deceiver! Your time on this...
Defensive protocols engaged.
Pathetic.
Captain Mitch Dunleavy, 132nd Engineering Corps at Sentinel Site Prescott. All lines of communication are down, and we're tracking multiple inbounds on radar. If this is a drill, we need confirmation immediately. We've got a lot of nervous soldiers over here, Command. If this is the big one, they want to head home to their families before it's too late. Some of the inbounds are getting awfully close. Wait a minute. The inbounds are splitting into multiple targets? Oh, hell. This is it, isn't it? May God have mercy on our souls.
Ain't that ominous?
If your ghoul even looks like it's going feral, I'm putting it down.
Proctor. Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
Maybe I should stand back. Don't be ridiculous. I've checked every connection, every circuit myself. Prime will hold together.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but...
Liberty Prime, back online.
Alright, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets: any and all red Chinese invaders.
Let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning. Nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning. Power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
Green lights across the board here. It's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good. What was that he said? Prime's in top shape, but his nuclear... Right now, we have him running off of the... Once I get that sorted out, we'll set... Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit...
It'll do, I suppose.
Well, that's gratitude. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it up to the Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you... And thank you, Knight. Without...
Hey, you got a sec? I need you to hear something.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. It's just... being out here with you, it's made me realize most of my life to this point, I've been running out on the good things I got. I skipped out on my family, my life in Diamond City, took up... Hell, running from myself is what made me into a damn ghoul. But being here with you for the first time and running, it's the furthest thing from my mind. I mean, I left good neighbor, but whether it's fate, or destiny, or just goddamn cold, I turned one of the nastiest settlements in the Commonwealth into a refuge for the law. But being out here with you, it's made me realize, and that maybe all my running, for my life, myself.
You may have run, but you always ran for...
Been trying to convince myself of that for a long time. I don't know if you understand what that means, so let me get to the point. Throwing in with you, it's like I found a part of myself I never realized was missing, which happens sometimes. If I hadn't taken up with you, I'd probably be in a gutter. You have been one.
I know the feeling. You're a damn fine man, Hancock. I'm lucky to have...
And God help any of them. Well, I know I could stand to listen about how wonderful I am for the rest. Thanks for hearing me out, friend.
Elder Maxon?
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Am I being accused of something?
That remains to be seen. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
Is Quinlan absolutely certain?
Proctor Quinlan validated the information numerous times. I can assure you, his results are accurate. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL, disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Danse are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
Had he told me, it would have been my duty to report it immediately.
Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Danse is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
I won't do it. Danse deserves a chance to explain himself.
You want Danse dead. Do it your damn self.
You will do it. This is not a... I'm giving you a direct order, Knight. And listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Danse was your mentor. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford... Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing... And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. You're dismissed.
Attention! Any soldiers who have not yet received a field assignment from Proctor Tegan should speak to him at once. That is all.
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Danse.
He'll be missed.
Doubtful. I wouldn't miss a synth, and I was merely sorry that you'd been duped. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, as you're well aware, Danse had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth. I think our best approach would be to identify every location. You may want to get comfortable, This could...
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a...
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can...
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brother. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, that can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
I don't have time to discuss it right now, Halen.
Why? In too much... I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, there's obviously been a mistake, and we...
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show her the respect that she's... Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us...
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's...
Very well, then. Would you care to enlighten us?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
I'll take anything that gets me closer to...
Yes, ma'am.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue.
If you'll follow me, ma'am.
Well, if it isn't the woman who revived Prime, the...
Scribe.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you... I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was in it. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he's earned my admiration. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine.
That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a statement. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk... That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow...
Finally, someone talking some sense on this shit.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever... It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war U.S. military outpost on the northern... It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. Just be careful.
You know those...
something could be lurking there. I'm not surprised Maxson sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Danse?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Haylen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxson even want me alive?
How could you not know that you're a synth?
It doesn't make sense to me either. It just feels like a cruel joke. I remember being a child. I remember growing up in the ruins, everything. I suppose they programmed that all into my head. I mean, I feel like I've been in control of my entire life, making my own decisions and determining my own fate. Even though the proof states I'm a synth, I don't feel any different than I did before. I still feel like a human. Why does any of this even matter to you? You're obviously here to carry out Maxson's orders. Does he even want me alive?
No, but I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxson had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I should have stayed on the Prydwen and accepted the inevitable. Like I said, I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do. I'm ready to accept the consequence. Maxson's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned.
Is there any way out of this?
We both know that this is the right. If you refuse to follow Maxson's orders, I can't allow that to happen on my account.
If you're so eager to die?
If you leave here without completing your orders, Maxson's obviously testing you. And I refuse to be the one.
No.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just... Why would you do that for me?
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
Well then, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't wish to debate this any longer. You've sworn an oath to destroy the Institute. Consider this your greatest test, Knight.
Sure.
The living, God, this spoils.
Going up. Ground floor.
Report, Knight. Have you handled the situation with Paladin Danse?
I did what had to be done.
That's all I've ever asked of you. Of course. Dance's execution creates that traitor. Held quite an important position with us. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours. Congratulations, Paladin.
I won't disappoint you, Elder.
Had I even a single doubt in my mind, just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity. I trust you won't disappoint them. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain, report to him immediately for your ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Getting a bit of twitch on Prop 3. Adjusting torque.
Adjusting internal balance. Net pressure. Green lights across the board.
Communications array calibration test successful. All bands nominal.
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Danse has been settled, we can return to our primary mission.
No rest for the weary.
We'll rest when the Institute is a smoking ruin. Until then, Elder Maxon and I expect you to be at your... Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, they're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operation. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage.
Why is the railroad such...
Even with their relatively small numbers, the railroad is... They've already proven to be resilient against superior forces. Worse still, they possess the capability to help. If we intend to end the synth menace, we need... Destroying the railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, to that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic...
Do they all have to die?
Absolutely. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has a...
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot, and they're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine. They use the robot for complex strategic calculations. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will... I'm certain we could put Pam's computing power to good use. Otherwise, destroy it.
I'll try to get it back here in one piece.
Good. It'd be a hell of a...
I'm certain you'll do whatever it... When you're ready, proceed to the Old North Church and link up. They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower you'll need to take. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Recon report. Knight Wagner recording. It appears the intel claiming the old CIT ruins house an entrance to the Institute was incorrect. My scouts and I spent days combing the location for a way in and turned up nothing, other than a couple of minor casualties. When a contingent of synths boxed us into an old tunnel where we were sniffing around. My immediate recommendation would be to follow the trail back on whoever provided that intel. I suspect some wastelander is feeding Proctor Quinlan lies to earn some caps.
proximity sensor's green. Getting a 3-second ping back.